All right, so we're here with,
My name is Danny.
and you got first place at Grandmasters Locals today, which was also the Element sneak peek for Premiere. What'd you play?
I play Despia branded Dogmatika. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. We'll do shoutouts at the end.
Yeah.
So obviously, I decided to play with this version, 3 Albas. There's a reason why I play 3. Most of the standard list is 2, but 3 was really good. So there's 3 of those. And then we played 3 Aluber, really good card. Unless you're playing the Predaplant version, you only play 1 or 2 copies. I'm not playing the Predaplant version, obviously. And then that's it for like the 3-ofs for the Albaz and the Despia Aluber. And then some of the 1-ofs, play the 1 kit. Gives you an idea what I might be playing when it comes to my draw power. So 1 Spriggan's kit. We played 1 Albion, card's pretty good. The 1 out of Libitum, 2 Tragedy, and then we played the 1 The Courier, the 1 Dramaturg. Some people cut this. I think in this version is correct to play. It's super good opening up, in my opinion, especially with having Holly, and it's just a good around, just really good card. And then we played honorary, play the 1 Snow. Card's really good. It won me a match or a game or 2 today. It's just really good. It's in there. You just dump it. If you open it up, it's a free discard. So that's it for that. And then obviously for the Edge Imp package, we played the 2 Chain. For that. And the last 3 monsters in my deck, obviously it's Dogmatika. We played 2 Virtuous Ecclesia, and then 1 Dogmatika Fleur. I was contemplating playing 1, but I didn't. I know like you can add 1 back from the graveyard and whatnot, but I just like 2, just because like it's not bad opening up 1, especially if Brain Fusion gets like ashed or whatever. So I played 2 and 1. Wouldn't change it. I usually end up signing out 1 Ecclesia every time in games like 2 and 3, because you don't want to see double copies of this. So that's it for like the monsters. No hand traps in this version at all. It's just strictly gas. We'll go for the spells. The 1-ofs. I decided to play 1 Cosmic, just because of Mystic Mine and like other annoying like field spells and like back row. So this card was really good. I was considering playing more than 1, but I think 1 Cosmic, it was clutch. I always see it. So it's pretty good. And then obviously 1 Call by the Grave. This card should be banned. Can win you a game just off itself, so the card should not be in the format. It should just go. If you think it shouldn't go, then there's nothing wrong with you. The card's too good. It's unfair. And then obviously for the branded spells and stuff, we played 2 branded in red. I was trying out 3 when I was doing ratios, and 2 is just enough. I think 3 is too much. It bricks it too much. So no need to explain this. This card's really good. It's broken. 3 branded fusion, the best card in the deck. The only thing I feel like this deck really fears is Ash, so this card's really good. Outside of that, and then we play the best card in the draw phase, branded opening. So many good discards. You can have like the Tragedy, a Snow, just an extra 1 of this, so your stuff can be like, especially going second. Card's really good. And then defensive, and then we also played the Branded Lost. Card's insane. And then for the Fusion Patchwork package, we played 2 Patchwork, 2 Polymerization. There's no point of playing 3 and 3. So I've seen some people play 3 of this and 2 of this, which makes no sense, because then it makes the second one dead, because sometimes you can end up drawing both, or sometimes you draw both Edge and Saber, so it's like just 2 and 2 is fine. You don't want to overbreak on that package. And then for the Dogmatika package, we played 2 Nadir Servant for the spells, and then we played, that was it, just the 2 Nadir. Card's insane. There's a combo with this card that you could still get to your what do you call it? To your Guardian Chimera. I've only had this deck for like a day or 2. I've been playtesting it. I've only played this the first time in a tournament. So, or second time in a tournament, but yeah, that card's full combo.
And the rest of the time, he's been whipping my butt.
Which I'll show really quick once we're done. And then the draw power, we play 3 Allure. Obviously, we play 3 Allure because we play all these cards. They all have effects. You know, this has an effect when it's banished. This has an effect when it's banished. It's just really good in this version. If you're playing this version, I say Allure. If you're playing the Power Plant, I say Prosperity. But this card's good because it can draw you to like so many power spells like this. Drawing Poly if you didn't see your Patchwork, or a Branded Opening, or a Branded Fusion. Just a lot of different things.
Yeah, Lure's pretty good.
And then the only defensive spell, or the only defensive card in this deck, no hand traps. Play Droplets. Card's insane. Yeah, so he tried to crack down my Rebellion in one play, and then he had a monster on the field, and I Droplet sending my Rebellion to negate his monster, and Rebellion still resolves because obviously it can fusion summon using monsters that are banished and stuff like that as well, or in the graveyard, so it's actually really insane with Droplet. That's how you dodge effect. You can also dodge effect Baylor as well, like that. And the only 2 traps, obviously, this part of Dogmatika, 1 punishment, branded banishment. It comes up sometimes, not all the time, but it's pretty good. This card comes up more, I feel like, in the Predator Plant because they make more of the Dracostapalias and stuff, so it comes up more.
Yeah. So the big question: post Power of the Elements, what are you changing?
Post Power of the Elements, I will. I feel like post Power of the Elements. Obviously, we have the new Super Poly Target. I think that card's going to be good, especially against Splight. And also we have
Excursion.
There's going to be a lot of combos with that coming up, so look out for that because that's like if you guys ever watched Christopher Lofton's YouTube channel, so if you don't follow him, go give him a follow. But he entered. I saw that video, and like it's a Luber FTK. So it's pretty insane that you can use Scythe, Christia, Ido, just a lot of cards that you can give your opponent or give yourself, and just like say no to your opponent. That card's insane. Like that card being printed is kind of insane. You know, it makes more of a call to ban Scythe, but you know it's not going to. But that trap card's insane.
Yeah.
So obviously playing the trap card and having the bird as a super poly target for the format's really nice. I might mess with the variant, not too much. Obviously the extra might change a little bit. Might may need to make space for one of the new trap card. You don't need 1. You don't need 3. Obviously it's searchable, so you don't need to resolve it once.
Yep.
And even if it doesn't resolve, I mean, if you open up Brendan Red or anything like that, it's just like so free because you activate it, they have Crow, whatever, Bell for it is like okay, Brendan Red just free. You still like kind of like don't let them play.
Yep.
So that's what I would change essentially, making space for one of the new trap, and obviously one space for Ido or a Scythe somewhere in there, or both. Who knows? Don't want to play too many bricks in this deck. This deck's already consistent as it is. We'll go off to the extra deck.
Yeah.
So for the extra deck, the one of fusions that I played, Titaniclad obviously for target for the deer, Itness for like an extra pop-off punishment, Dracostapalia obviously really good in the dark. These 2 cards are going to be really insane in the format, especially this and this. You know, this 2 dark monsters really good. And then we played 2 Chimera in this version. You play 2 unless you're playing Predator Plant. I think you can get away with playing 1, but 2 Chimera. 2 this. Card's really good. There's a lot of neat combos where you can dodge effect Baylor and Imperm and stuff like that. Double Mirror Jade, card's insane. Double Albion, and then I still play the one of this. This card's really good for OTKs as well. The deck can already OTK. You know, it's pretty much like make your board, your opponent can't do anything, and then you kill them. And then 2 burn. This card's insane. I've burned so many people with this card. Essentially it is just like a vanilla where it just burns, kind of like a Trickstar monster. It just burns. That's all it really does. But what's cool about it is it still can come back if you control if there's a monster from the extra deck on the field, and it just keeps burning. Like you have, pretty much it puts them on a time clock in game 3 and 2, depending if you win game 1. But games 2 and 3 puts them on a time clock, and it makes killing them so much easier. So that's it for the side. Obviously, I'm gonna have to figure out where to change something for the bird. It'll be in there for sure. And the bird also goes really well with the deer as well. Turns a deer to an engage, a draw 1, whatever you want. For the side, I put most of my hand traps in the side. No ash. I actually played today all without ash, and just this deck could just break boards, man. It just eats boards. For the side, I played 2 nib, 2 droll longbird, and this came up in my round 4 against Sword Soul. I played 2. I drew it, and he had Moye summon that was his play. Didn't have a way to play around. His hand didn't have the 10 use game. It's really good.
Yep.
I think you should still play this. I know Sword Soul's probably going to fall out, but in a tournament, you still got to respect Sword Soul, because outside tournaments and Splight, Sword Soul could still just knock you out of a tournament. Sword Soul's still going to be the deck. It's just not going to be the deck, because obviously all the fusion decks, branded, Splight, tournaments, yeah. So that's it for the hand trap monsters. And then we also played 1 Red Reboot. I wasn't playing this coming in today. I decided to play it. Instead of playing Dimension Barrier, because this deck inherently can already break boards, and going first in like games 2 or 3, you'd rather have something better than that, because Dimension Barrier can sometimes be played through, especially like in Punk and stuff like that. It just doesn't do anything really. Calling Synchro, they can still link some and still Daggett, whatever. With the adventure card still being around, it's not that great. So that 3 twin over Lightning Storm, because this synergizes with your deck more, being able to discard discard a tragedy, or the Albion Dragon if you hard draw it. Just really good. There's a lot of good discard fodder in the deck. And then the last spell, I was playing this at 3. I decided to play it at 2 so I can make room for like a little bit more hand traps. Played 2 of this instead of 3. Card was insane. Hit in game 2 against Sword Soul. Just like hit and then super polyed away and then hit the game. So yeah, this card's insane. It's good in this format. It's good with the bird, with the new fusion. It's good against Splight. You know, they have like 2 Dark Thunders and 2 Fire Thunders, and there are a lot of the monsters are Thunders in the same attribute. So it's really going to be good in the format, I think. And the last card, I was thinking about not playing this, but then I tried it on another locals. Didn't see it, but it definitely come up today against the Dragon Link Adventure in final round. In game 2, because he got game 1. There can only be cards insane. This card's gonna be really good in the format. It's good against any one archetype deck. It's good against Splight. It's good against just good against certain decks. It's really good with this deck because there's different types. You got Spellcaster, you have Fiend, you have Fairy, you have Wing Beast, just different types. Even the extra deck has different types. You have Dragons, Worms. What else do you have? Beast. So you never lose to this. This card's insane in this deck. I think it's a good card, especially with the meta. It's going to be good. That's it for the main and side. Like I said, those are the changes I would probably make. Just really figuring out the ratios with the new cards. Shout outs. Obviously, I want to shout out to Sean for recording, and go ahead and subscribe to his channel, Dreadmaster Yugioh. And then shout out to all the boys in Kokomo. Shout out for everybody that play tests with me. Shout out to Sean for play testing with me. That's how I test some of my decks most of the time. Shout out to Grandmaster Games, great locals in Indianapolis, Indiana. So if you're in the area or passing by the area and you play Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or Pokemon, come check it out. Bradshaw's a great store owner, so come give them a visit. And then obviously I want this beautiful mat. Shout out to also we have a Discord. We are on Team Armageddon, so we're on that Discord, and those players help us. And our friend James, shout out to James and the crew in Sice. They help us sometimes with their decks and stuff like that, and we get insight on certain things, so it's really nice on that. So shout out to Team Armageddon. Yeah, I went 5-0. The matchups were I played Life Twin, I played Exo Sister, I played a Dragon Link Adventure in the final, a Sword Soul, and a Cyber deck. So yeah, the deck performed pretty well. No need for hand traps.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.